These latest sweeping allegations were unveiled today. Now, prosecutors allege Trump intentionally lied in an effort to remain in power. They claim his speech on January 6 was intended to inflame his supporters. Prosecutors even say Trump and his allies looked to create chaos at polling sites.
All right, let's get right down to Linda Schmidt in the newsroom with the latest, including how Trump's responding to this latest round of allegations tonight. Linda.
Yeah, we're going to hear about that in just a moment. But first, the special counsel submitted the 165-page document last week. It was unsealed today. Now, the purpose of the brief is to convince the judge that Donald Trump's actions were private and not official acts as president, and therefore not protected by immunity. These are the most comprehensive details yet against Donald Trump in the case accusing him of plotting to overthrow the 2020 election results. Special counsel Jack Smith saying with private co-conspirators, the defendant launched a series of increasingly desperate plans to overturn the legitimate election results in 7 states that he had lost. The document goes on to say when Trump's attempts to overturn the election failed, he inflamed violence, creating the tinderbox that he purposely ignited on January 6th. Smith alleges that Trump repeatedly tried to recruit Vice President Mike Pence to join in his voter fraud lies, but Pence refused. On January 6th, rioters chanted, "Hang Mike Pence." The Secret Service evacuated Pence to a secure location in the U.S. Capitol for his safety. When a staff member rushed to tell President Trump, his response was, "So what?"
I think that this filing is powerful.
Hofstra University law professor James Sample says the unsealing of the document is normal procedure because it is a public document. Trump allegedly told family members, it doesn't matter if you won or lost the election, you still have to fight like hell. The special counsel is trying to convince the judge that Trump's actions were personal, not official acts as president, and therefore not protected by the immunity that was granted in July by the U.S. Supreme Court.
This filing lays out in great detail actions specific to Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Nevada, in which the president was acting not as a president, not as a leader of the country, but as a desperate private actor seeking power by unlawful means.
And by the way, the professor also says that Trump's lawyers reviewed that document before it was unsealed, and they were able to request redactions and probably got them, which is standard procedure. Trump's lawyers also maintain that the release was meant to affect the outcome of the current election. Steve and Natasha, back upstairs to you.
All right, Linda, thank you so much.